Hey everyone, Barry at CTech-review. Today, I'm going to take you guys over the situation with the Ford Superduties. We are right around Thanksgiving time frame, and I want to show you what I'm noticing. Some more changes in the market for pickup trucks. Our deal's right around the corner. Is now the time to buy, or do you continue to wait? Let's get into this. Okay guys, we're up here at Bob Maxey. These guys have been rolling and getting some inventory here recently, which is good to see, because when you don't have a lot of options, you can't negotiate and get good prices or get the truck you want. So I'm going to show you some anomalies today that I'm noticing, and plus I want to take a peek at the exhaust system under one of these diesel trucks, because I saw a video recently and I'm really curious to see if this change has taken place on the diesel truck. Plus we're going to talk about gas versus diesel. We're going to go on this topic again. What would I do? So you can see guys, they got XLTs, XLs, King Ranches, Platinums, all the way down the lineup. But the first thing I want to look at today is I saw someone talk about an exhaust hanger change on a Super Duty, and I found it really interesting if this is the case. And it is not the case. Very interesting. Someone posted a video on YouTube recently talking about these hanger rods right here. See those hanger rods right there? They said Ford is using some sort of low-grade steel to hold this in place, and they're going to break off. All right, so that one looks like a standard hanger rod. Let's look at another spot. They're actually right. I don't know if you can see, I'm crawling underneath this truck. This hanger rod right here looks like some sort of low carbon steel, and it's welded. I don't know if you can see, it's welded onto the existing hanger rod. I'm curious what the idea of this is. I mean, a square tube is maybe more beefy than a standard hanger rod, but it looks like a dissimilar metal, so it makes me think it might rust and not hold up as good. Kind of interesting. The other thing, someone told me that F-350 single rear wheel trucks with the high output, like this one right here, now have the 3-inch receiver hitch on the back of these trucks again. Nope, 2.5 inch. And what is it next to? A 250 with another 2.5 inch hitch. So if we notice here, guys, right behind me is a red Super Duty. We just looked at that one. Inventory is down, I'm gonna think at least 8 to 10 units from when we were here last, which is not a lot to some dealers and is a ton to other dealers. But it's interesting, there's not really any rebates going right now, sadly, and they are getting rid of inventory. And I think all the 25s are gone. I'm gonna confirm that here in a second. But this is now 26s. We got 6.8s, 7.3s. This truck here, this trimmer, you guys saw me do a video on this one. This is a really expensive truck. If you notice right off the bat, you're noticing all the accessories. Got the trimmer applique, sorry, the platinum applique. This is a high output, really good looking truck. It's got the winch up front. This, I believe, has been sitting here for a minute. Let's just see. This one is a 25. This truck is now almost 6.5 months old, guys. This would be the prime example of a really sick truck that's available, but there's not really any deals on this right now. What's interesting, and I think maybe I wonder if this is what's holding this truck back for selling, is it because it's an F-250 and someone would want an F-350 is spending all this kind of money? But kind of interesting, this one's still around. Now the truck next to it's an F-350 XLT, 2026, and it is about 3 months old. So, you know, we're starting to look at 90-day-old trucks. Got another trimmer, actually got 2 more trimmers down here. So here's a Lariat with the standard output. So I know this is a 2026. 2026, $90,000. This truck is a month old. We know it is a 26 because we notice this is not the high output. It's the standard output. 90 grand for a Lariat. It still does have, yep, the electric power steering assist, which is a nice feature, but that's an expensive truck. Here is the truck for me though. Not necessarily this low end. I would want the factory LEDs. I just think the front end looks better, and plus I want the factory LEDs. But this truck here is a really interesting truck. This is a standard output Powerstroke diesel without the XLT premium package. But I know it's a 26 because I can tell, let's see, yep, 26 XLT 3.5, $77,000. And this was built in the last few weeks. This is a good looking truck. So this is what you could get into a trimmer diesel now. 77 grand, a lot of money. On the topic of gas versus diesel, we've talked about this a bunch on CTech-review, as well as all the guys on the G4 podcast. What would I go with? My answer is not changed. I would still go a gas engine, and it would be a HD 7.3 if I was gonna get an HD truck again. Why? Well, for me, I'm not towing more than 9,000 pounds. I live at sea level. I've got the good performance. I'm not towing up the big mountains out west. I have no issue. Every time I've towed with a 7.3, it's impressed the crap out of me. Secondly, simple oil changes, no def, no bull crap to go with it. Third, I personally think it's a better investment, and that's a big deal for me, of how much money I spend on a vehicle and what do I get for it at the end of ownership. I think a 7.3 is a better move, or a gas HD in general. Ask yourself this question. If you're gonna go buy a 250,000 mile heavy duty truck, would you rather go buy a 250,000 mile truck with one of these engines with a CP4 in it? Or would you rather buy one with a 7.3? You can replace an entire 7.3 for $7,500, crate engine. If you had to replace a CP4 and a fuel injection system on a diesel, you could be out $10,000 to $15,000, just that. We haven't even talked about turbos or anything else that could fail, EGR coolers, oil coolers, any of that expensive other stuff that can happen. But that's just my perspective. Do you guys notice something that's missing here? I don't see one dually, not one, guys. Handful of trimmers, XLTs, lariats. Here's another platinum, and that's interesting. Here's another platinum with the standard output. So they are loading up on platinums. Here's that budget XL off-road truck. This one I think's been sitting here for a minute, actually. Yeah, it's about 3.5 months old. It's about 3 months old. So not terribly old, but it has been sitting here for a minute. But you guys notice that XL off-road crew cab truck is actually gone. They did sell that one. How about this King Ranch? I think this one's been sitting here for a minute. Yeah, this one, here's a 25 left over, guys. This one is actually about 7 months old also. So that's kind of interesting. So point of sharing this video with you guys today is inventory here at this dealership is actually a little bit less than what it was here just a few weeks back. And I'm sharing this because if you watch the video, you'd notice this half of this line was full. And behind us, this back line here had a bunch of ProMaster or whatever their commercial van is. Plus over here, this was full. Plus over here, they had a bunch more F-150s. Why is this important to you? Once again, guys, leverage, getting a deal, negotiations. I think it's gonna be tough to get a deal on a Super Duty right now, given the fact of the situation we're seeing right now. Inventory is still dropping somewhat. So I don't see Ford offering up too many big discounts and rebates at the moment, but we're gonna stay on this. And we did confirm that in fact, they are using a square rod on one of the hanger rods welded to the factory hanger rod. I don't know, it must be beefier. Maybe that's an area they strengthen it up. What's the long-term durability of that material? It looks to be a little bit different grade stainless, or maybe it's not stainless. So that'll be kind of interesting. Hope you guys enjoy the video. We've got more 2026 Super Duty reviews coming soon. We're waiting for a few specific models to come in. Plus, we're gonna be doing a review on a 26 F-150 with the 3.5 with the GPF on it, the gasoline particulate filter. Never in my life did I think I would see a gasoline particulate filter make it to a pickup truck in the United States. Yet here we are. Will this stuff go away? I got a link on my thoughts on this whole thing for another video I just did a few weeks ago. Definitely check it out. It kind of talks about what's going on in the market, in the industry on the gasoline particulate filter, and will we see it come into the Super Duty? Thanks for watching.